Hi there, my name is Sophia DelBene, and my informative speech is on communication through technology. And I'll be discussing today how it has affected our daily lives. So, communication has drastically changed from the way it used to be because of technology. It's made it easier to communicate if you're not able to do so face to face, but it has also hindered our ability to speak publicly. Technology has advanced our society and given us the opportunity to achieve more in the workplace, the classroom, the medical field, and many more areas that has benefited communication. The three main topics I'm going to be speaking to you about today are the evolution of technology, communication through social media, and communication through text messages. So the first topic I will be speaking to you about today is the evolution of technology. In 2017, Irene Rafferty wrote an online article for Medium.com, and the article gives us insight as to how technology molded communication. The article gives us three main steps that gave rise to communication technologies, and those three steps are stone pictographs, paper and wax, and electronic waves. So the stone pictographs gave rise to the first written communication. And then the paper and wax helped the printing press, and it increased communication levels as well as global literacy. And lastly, the electronic waves, they enabled wireless technologies, and it was the most revolutionary. So now that I've spoken to you about the evolution of technology, let's move on to my next topic, and that is communication through social media. In 2015, Randy Edwards wrote an online article for FoMedia.com, and it explained a little bit how we were limited to our interaction and communication before social media came along, and how it has since changed the way we communicate with others. So, social media is one of the biggest platforms for technological communication. It does advertising, marketing, communication, and interaction. So all four of those benefit from social media. The number of people that we interact with has drastically changed. It has increased because we no longer have that barrier that we would have doing it face to face than we do with electronic devices and social media, because then we can talk to thousands of people, and that barrier is just broken. We have the freedom to say whatever we want. There's not a barrier between us when we speak face to face, because we're afraid that if we don't say the right thing, it's going to affect the other person. But with social media, we don't have that barrier. We can say whatever we want. We have lost our social skills because we depend all the time on social media. We don't depend on the human interaction. We depend on the electronic interaction, because our generation has grown up with the electronic interaction. So we're more comfortable with electronic than we are with humans. And our writing is more summarized as well. We use abbreviations, and we neglect grammar use. And the writing that is more summarized will also lean into my next topic, which is communication through text messages. So in 2016, Justine Alexandra Cardone wrote an online article for sites.psu.edu. An article talks about how texting hinders our ability to speak to one another face to face. And it also explains the meaning of text messages that can be misinterpreted, and how today's generation has more difficulty with interaction. It also talks about the importance of human interaction and how it has decreased while the interaction of cyber memes has increased. There is some resolution to us not wanting to put our phones down, but we as human beings, we get very impatient with waiting for a text message. We want an instant answer as soon as we send something to anybody because it's technology. It moves faster than anything. And so we depend most of our conversations on text messages or through electronic devices. We don't depend on verbally talking to someone face to face because, as I said before, we've lost our social skills. We don't depend on talking to someone face to face. We depend more on talking to someone through a device. But the resolution is that we need to put our phones down and limit that phone time. And we need to face reality. We don't need to be in a cyber reality where all we do is care about our electronics. We need to care about the human interaction because that is going to affect us a lot one day. And if we don't risk further burying ourselves into a technological reality instead of being involved in the real world, we are not going to know how to actually interact with humans. In conclusion, there are advantages and disadvantages when it comes to technological communication. We've had a negative impact on our social skills, but it has also advanced our society. The evolution of technology benefited our everyday lives. Social media has an impact on communication and interaction with others. Text messages hinders our sense of emotion and vulnerability, but technology has advanced our world and communication in many different ways. Thank you.